Let's just settle in, get comfortable where we are, and gently close our eyes. And start to find an empowering and nurturing rhythm of breath. Trying to find a little balance of how long it takes you to breathe in. Let that be the same amount that it takes you to breathe out. And as you're starting to settle in and connect to your breath, we are going to have our focus for these few minutes that we have together on this amazing full moon that will arrive in the next couple of days across the night sky, into the atmosphere, into the energy fields around us. And so as you're starting to settle in, I want to share with you some words that'll frame our time, and then we'll just see what comes up for each of us in the space where we are, here in this present moment, one breath at a time. This idea of energy, just think, sometimes if we are still and we are quiet, we can actually feel the energy of nature around us. We feel it when we stand on the beach and the waves push right up to the shore. We feel it when we stand outside and the breeze begins to gently blow across the branches of the trees. And we also can feel it when you stand out in the night and you look up at that big, perfect, bright full moon. That same phenomenon of feeling the energy out in nature happens when we're in the presence of someone and we feel their energy as well. Whether the energy is coming across positive or negative, we feel it. So just think about, how do you feel when you're in the presence of someone who actually lifts up your vibration the same way that the sound of the waves or the softness of the breeze lifts your spirit? There's power in the energy that's around us. There's power in the energy that we put out, and there's power in the energy that we take in. And so as you begin to just think about that, here in this present moment, let's see what the energy of our breath feels like. So begin to intentionally breathe in nice and slowly. Breathe out, full, complete exhale. Let's do it again. Breathe in nice and slowly. Breathe out, a full, complete exhale. One more like that. Breathe it in nice and slowly. And breathe it out. And just notice, can you feel the energetic effect of the breath? Both the breath that you're bringing in and the breath that releases those things that you don't need for nourishment. There's energy there. The Chinese system calls it your qi. In Sanskrit, in the world of yoga, we call it prana. But it is this life-giving force of energy. And when you feel it in the trees and the breeze, that's this life-giving force of the trees breathing. And when you feel it standing on the edge of the sand as the wave is pushing in and then pulling itself back, that is the energy of the ocean breathing. And then I'd like to think as well, when we stand out in the night, in the dark sky, and we look up, and you see this big, beautiful full moon, it's like you can feel the world breathing. Breath is the source of our energy. And the most amazing part of that is that we take it with us everywhere. And so as you just kind of picture the big full moon that's coming, or you picture the waves coming in and out to the beach, or you picture the tree outside your window and the leaves blowing in the wind, just imagine to yourself, what's the picture of the energy that you transmit? What's the vibration that others feel from your presence? It's not meant to be a question to make us feel bad or guilty or disappointed in ourselves, but just to be aware. There are times in life when we know our energy is low or filled with sorrow or sadness. There's also times when our energy has this feeling of agitation or annoyance or frustration. And then there's also times that our energy is filled with peace and calm and light. And so as we sit here together, let's just each reflect and think, what do people usually feel from being in my presence? It is okay that sometimes I have annoyances and I have frustrations and I have sorrow. But what do I feel and what do I emit with my energy most of the time? When people leave my presence, do they feel that their vibration has been raised up? Or do they feel like they've been brought down? So just think to yourself, maybe you don't answer the question, just ask it. Be open to the question. Because there is no transformation if there's no awareness that comes first. So just be aware. Some of us have a very quiet, soft energy. Some of us have a bigger, louder energy. But both of those can be filled with peace and light and calm and ease. It's not one kind of personality over another that sends out better energy. We all have this fullness within us that makes it possible. So just go back to that breath. We felt a shift as we breathed in slowly and we let go of the things on the exhale that we didn't need. There's a shift in our energy. Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's big, but there's a shift with every breath that we take. And so what I'd like for us to do is across the next couple of minutes, as we just sit quietly, I'd like for us just to kind of ponder this question of, how can I, even when life is tough and struggles are many and suffering is very nearby, how can I still project and vibrate out energy that is filled with peace and calm and light and ease? You know, the Buddha teaches us that suffering is a part of life. Every major world religion has scriptures and text about suffering. We all go through it. But there's always a lesson with every teaching that follows this idea of suffering that tells us, even within suffering, we learn to live right here in the middle. Right here where there's the peace and the calm and the light and the ease. The suffering still comes. It pricks our emotions. It makes us feel certain things. But it does not shift our energy, our vibration. Wouldn't that be an amazing place to live? Right there in the middle. So that when life is easy and life is calm, we are the same. Even when life turns not easy and not calm, we are the same. I know on the surface it sounds almost impossible. It sounds like a lot of hard work. But the more times that we show up for our meditation practice and we learn to live right here in that space, once we leave this space and we go out and suffering comes, our energy is maintained. We've practiced it again and again and again. Suffering comes, but our vibration is maintained. So let's just each sit in our space and just Be open to that question. How do I get to that point in my life where even in the midst of suffering, I can follow the direction of so many of the world's great teachers of the past that tell me, stay right here in the middle. Even amidst the suffering, stay right here in the middle. So together, deep breaths in and out, and just let the idea just kind of hang in the air. Let it come into your mind and just sit with it for just a bit longer. Let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Long, slow breath in. And let it go. And as we prepare to close our time, I want to leave you with a situation we've all encountered. Think about a time that you've been to a restaurant or a place where someone is waiting on you, providing you service and a meal. Have you ever encountered, just think to yourself, have you ever encountered a wait person, a waiter, a waitress, someone who's the server at the restaurant, that you knew if he or she was having a bad day? This is a person you've never met before. You don't know their story. Most of them, you don't even know their last name. But something about their energy tells you what's going on in their life. What if we were the kind of people that lived so much in the middle of the peace and the calm and the light and the ease that the people we interact with who know us or who do not would have no idea that if we're going through suffering or we're going through a time of ease and celebration, because we've learned to live right here in the middle. So just think about how you feel to be in the presence of that wait person at the restaurant and how their suffering has then been projected out to you. It shifts your energy. It shifts your attitude. It shifts your whole experience during your meal. So maybe we could all commit to be the kind of people who commit to living in the middle, where the peace, calm, light, and ease exist. Suffering will come, and we will still have peace, calm, light, and ease. Times of celebration and goodness will come, and we will still have peace, calm, light, and ease. I cannot think of a more healthy, more whole way of living. It is not easy, but it is very, very possible. We just got to show up to meditation and keep practicing it. And the more times we leave and we go back out, it gets a little more real, a little more possible. Peace, calm, light, and ease. I wish you the rest of your day learning to live right in the middle. Namaste.